Tell it right, the place where Kirk bangs the greens. Tell it right, a place for you and me.
All right, everybody, it's Friday, January 12th, 2024, episode 60. This is Tell It Right Podcast. Welcome. I'm Mike. Across the internet's Jared. How's it going, Jared?
The introverse.
The introverse. We're gonna go in the introverse.
Isn't that where the magic school bus goes? Like the introverse?
I thought that was just like the introverse was just like an internal network for connecting computers together.
Yeah,
no, that's the intranet.
Yeah, the intranet. You know, this magic school bus could be inside your pee hole right now. You don't even know.
Oh my God, you're right. It's weird.
They're exploring you as we speak.
And then she hits the lever at the wrong point, and then you just fucking explode like the guy in the boys.
Yeah, your peen just pops
You
like
know
a
what?
balloon.
Before we get into anything else, like seriously, if you have the ability to do that, don't jump in a peen. Like it just screams like so many, like it screams like bad luck, like something's gonna go wrong. Like the dude fucking sneezed, and all of a sudden, boom, and now he's all sad because he just killed some dude that he was enjoying. Fucking, it was so weird. He just took his hands and was rubbing it in the peen. I'm like, gross. But that guy was probably like, and then all of a sudden, boom, right when the nut happens, he just blows up.
I mean, why, if you had that power, why would you want to go inside a peen anyways?
Well, that guy was gay or bisexual, so he was
Even
pleasure.
Even so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like so much room for error there. Like the guy knew like sneezing could cause him to blow back to normal size. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, fuck that.
That guy watched way too much Magic School Bus.
For sure. But anyways, dude, what about this fucking winter storm coming? Or that's here. Jerry.
Yeah, it's Jerry Halliwell from Spice Girls.
Yeah, she's fucking ripping and tearing through the Midwest right now.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's really not that terrible. We've had a lot worse. You know?
Yeah.
Being in the Midwest. I mean, that's just... I think what's bad about it is we haven't had like much snow in the past couple of years that all of a sudden an amount like this is unheard of. So,
yeah.
But it's, I mean, I think the only thing that's going to be really bad is the cold coming up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Fucking, no, what I was going to say is it's actually quite warm out right now. I think it's like almost 40 degrees, or it might be dropping now.
Yeah.
But about an hour or two ago, yeah, it was like 37. So, I mean, like, you could literally walk out without a jacket on. You cover, you know, there's snow everywhere. But yeah, no, it's just heavy as fuck, dude. And here we are, still the same dumbasses this year that don't have snowblowers. And
didn't we? Wasn't this part of our discussion last year about?
Yeah, about it almost exactly a year ago. We were talking about how fucking retarded we are that we've never bought a snowblower yet.
Yeah, living in the Midwest.
But like we agree though that like it does snow, but like doesn't really snow this heavy all the time. Maybe like, like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
You know? Otherwise they're like light flakes that, you know, you don't really even have to shovel.
Yeah. I mean, half the time it just kind of gets the ground wet and then evaporates. It's like it'll be on the grass, but the actual street is too hot.
Right.
So.
But dude, I was calling this. So like I was hoping we'd have snow for Christmas time, and it was kind of looking that way. But this La Nina fucking shit, that's been like, so I got the little down low on this. Just surfing through the TikToks, you know.
The low. Give me
the low lows on the TikToks. So basically this whole year La Nina's been going, right? It's been going strong, and it's been bringing an increased, like a warmth or whatever. Well, in the summertime, wasn't it? They bring in a lot of rain to the south, and then it was keeping pretty much like the center of the country pretty fucking dry. So I think we were pretty dry too. I can't remember now. But
Mhm.
regardless, once wintertime came, we started experiencing like a warmer winter. And that's because there's this like heat pocket that's, because of La Nina pushing through the country and all this shit. So it's fucking
Mhm.
everything up. So what it was doing all at the same time is it was basically stroking the polar vortex's cock. It was getting it ready, basically going back and forth, rubbing that shit like it's like there was lube on there, and now it's bursting. And we're gonna get hit with like -degree weather. But this snow is all part of it. So basically we're getting hit with the snow now. Next week, I don't know how many days it's gonna be, but I know one day is a low of -10. So that's gonna
Yeah,
be
Monday.
fucking awesome.
Sunday's -8. Monday's -10 or -9.
Yeah.
But the high for the day is -1. Tuesday's high is -2.
I could walk that, dude, for sure. Like I could hike that. Feel like I did once. I think it was like a -degree day. Like at least -1. Or maybe just like the low lows.
Yeah. But I mean, we're not going to see anything above like 10 degrees until like a week from Sunday.
Yeah. But figure this though, fucking when we get hit with the -degree weather, all of a sudden we'll get hit with that 10-degree weather and it should feel just slightly better. I'm just saying. Slightly
Yeah.
better.
Wow, this feels slightly better than it did before.
Hey, honey, this -degree weather's gone. Hey, it feels slightly better outside. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go pee outside.
Yeah. My peen won't explode because it'll be shriveled up from the cold.
You'll have a vagina.
Yeah.
For sure.
I have an innie.
Nah. Okay. But
Nice
yeah.
transition there.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot there. If you're on the YouTubes, you saw it, but if you're on the others, you didn't see it. Just get on the YouTubes so you can see what I did.
Yeah, the tubes of you.
I just really cool pulled a pair of sunglasses off, so I'm sure everyone's dying to see it.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, that's that. We're getting fucked with weather. Hopefully it's only about a week here and we'll be back to, I don't know what we do here in the Midwest. Get drunk.
Doing the same shit we do with the snow or
Yeah.
cold either way. Being miserable.
I think it would be pretty cool to have chains on your tires. But apparently that's been outlawed in Illinois for a long, long, long time.
I don't think there's ever a period of time that you really need chains in Illinois.
Maybe today. No.
I
guess you like there has to be like an inch of snow or like a couple inches of snow packed in there, like you're seeing like Lake Tahoe. Like, nah, that's somebody that's got fucking hit hard. I guess there was like an avalanche at the ski resort, one of the ski resorts in Lake Tahoe, and yeah, like someone was on a lift and they just saw like the avalanche come. I think they were fine. The person on the lift. Some people did die. I think 1 or 2 people died or got injured, which is fucking nuts. But like they're always like shooting mortars into the mountains to try to make them, to try to clear it out. But like, yeah, I guess every now and then they build up. I feel like I've only heard of like 2 bad avalanches that have ever come through Colorado that made it to the news. I feel like this one and then like one in like the fucking 90s.
I mean, how are they finding people that died? I mean, do they just die like from being crushed or suffocating?
I think they suffocate.
Yeah.
But did you ask how are
Probably
they
'cause of the
finding them, or how are people dying?
Yeah. Well,
Dogs?
I was just thinking to myself, yeah, I guess dogs would find them. Like, what do they send a Saint Bernard with a little thing around his neck, a little barrel?
You could, I suppose you could use infrared, but once they do die, I don't think infrared's going to, well, maybe, I don't know, LiDAR? Just fucking shoot x-rays at them. Oh, there he is. We got a little blip right here. Should be something.
Might warm them up from the radiation.
Yeah. LiDAR.
LiDAR.
LiDAR is the one that, like, yeah, it x-rays the, like, that's how they find all that, like, oil and shit. It's like a satellite thing.
No, LiDAR is light detection.
Oh. I don't know. Infrared, then.
LiDAR is like what cars use, like to navigate shit nowadays.
Oh, like Teslas that don't work?
Yeah. It's only good within like 4 meters or something. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's what they give for skiing. That's why I don't ski. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to get... Yeah, no, don't ski. Don't get caught in avalanches. That's my advice for the day. That's why I live here in good old Windy City. Avalanche free. Sometimes we're tornado free too.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, I guess there's probably a better chance of dying daily in Chicago than there is from an avalanche.
You know, I saw this TikTok. Some dude's like says this like line like fucking when you come to Chicago or you come to Chicago or you come to the Windy City for its food, but you never leave because you get shot or something like that.
Yeah, you stay because you get shot.
Well, what's funny is some chick just like cuts off the guy at the end before he could say getting shot. And she's like, yeah, if you're from the Midwest, you're going to be even more embarrassed when you find out that this guy's just in a place in Naperville right now.
Yeah.
So, you're not going to get shot in Chicago. They don't want to fucking shoot you.
Yeah, you could. Depends on where you go.
You're not going to get shot just for being like, here's how you're going to get shot. Crossfire. That's probably like the most realistic way you're going to get shot. All right.
Or robbed and shot from being robbed. A lot of robberies and carjackings and.
I guess. Okay. Don't live in Lincoln Park. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Or the South Side.
My cousin works in Canaryville. I just found out it was like a fucking village name in the city. He's a firefighter out there. It's so he was telling me, yeah, I work in Canaryville or whatever. So I look it up. I'm like, sounds like a fucking like the name of a village for a horror movie, right?
Yeah.
And so I Google it, and it's got this nice picture of like what looks like a newly like refaced just block of row homes or whatever you want to call them, or two flats or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it says in the description about how they got all kinds of restaurants in this area and all these taverns, and it's like a great place to hang out or something. Wait, I send this to my cousin, and he's like, Mikey, there is not one fucking restaurant in this area. He's like, that is a terrible fucking advertisement for this area. It's basically like you're going to show up here and it's not going to be as the Google description described it. I just think that's hilarious. But
it's like somebody advertising for Ohio. Like, why would you want to go to Cleveland?
Yeah.
Never.
Quit. Is that where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is?
I wouldn't think so.
How does rock and roll go to Ohio?
I don't think that's where it is. If it is, that's just dumb.
No, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Ohio. That is a fact.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's either Cleveland or... Where is Drew Carey? He was Cleveland, right? Drew Carey was in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, so the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's in Cleveland.
Yeah, remember he was like, Cleveland rocks.
Yeah, they were in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is in Cleveland. So that's all they have is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How did that end up there?
I don't know.
Was Cleveland relevant at some point?
I mean, dude, from everything I find out from like modern rock people and all this shit, like everything was down in the South still. Like Muscle Shoals,
Tennessee.
Yeah, and Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Like a lot of good people came out of Muscle Shoals. Like Aretha Franklin, fucking a bunch of like bluesy R&B people, but then like Rolling Stones actually went there to find their sound because they were so limited in England. Like bands like U2 came out there. I want to say, what's his face? The guy, greatest guitar player ever. Why am I blanking on him? He plays with the Grateful Dead now. John Mayer. I think he came out of there.
I don't think he's the best guitar player ever.
Oh yeah,
John Mayer's good.
Oh yeah,
But I mean, think of like Eddie Van Halen. He's fucking good. Eric Clapton.
Yeah, Clapton. I mean, that's where they all learn from, my friend. Actually, Buddy Guy, he made a comment. So, like, Buddy Guy is where a lot of those white blues players learn from. Buddy Guy and all those other, like, B.B. King and all that shit. And like, when I was at the Buddy Guy concert last year, he was just kind of like, he was giving shit about it. He's like, it's kind of ridiculous that all the white guys made all the money and all those black guys didn't, but they learned from us. It's kind of true though. But I always felt like Buddy Guy was more of the promoter. You know, he had his own restaurants and bars and shit, so I didn't think he was really interested.
Still bitter to this day.
Dude, he's hilarious. Like, some guy just kept yelling out, like, Stevie Ray Vaughan or some shit, and he just goes, "Will you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to tell a story right now." I thought that was fucking badass. Like, fucking 80-something years old, still licking the fucking guitar to play, and you just tell someone to go shut the fuck up because you want to tell a story. That's awesome.
I mean, when you're that old, you just don't give a shit anymore.
No. He lives close to me, though. I figured out where he lives. I'm not going to share that. I'll share that with you offline, but I'm not going to.
You should go knock on his door. And
I would never make it. I would never make it there. I would be met with like a crew of people before I ever even got fucking close to that door. It's somewhere in Orland Park, and it's like, I always thought he lived off a certain road, but the house that I always thought it was is like, it's not the house, but like a few houses down, there's this one street, but it's not like a real street. It's a private drive. And I've never noticed it, but I did some Googling and Google mapping, and I'm like, oh wait, this has to be it. Yeah, it's about I would say probably a couple 100 feet before you actually start seeing his house, and then you're going to turn like a corner, and then there it is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's probably cameras up and down that. And yeah, I mean, his boys would get me.
I mean, he's famous, but I mean,
oh, he's got boys, dude.
He's coming to knock down his door, fucking Buddy Guy. I mean, I'm not saying that like trying to put him down in any way, but at the same time, it's like,
no,
there's not like the following that you'd think that are like, let's go fucking knock down Buddy Guy's door and find him and kidnap him and shit, like for money. Like, nobody's paying a ransom. No, the dude's 80 years old. Like,
yeah, but you gotta remember,
just kill me.
Though, I don't know for a fact, but I have to imagine, because he owned a lot of restaurants and bars, that he could have been into some kind of organized crime. I mean, whatever. Maybe
have to pay somebody as a security guard, though. Like, That's a lot of money. Like he probably doesn't have a security guard. He has
There
like
is
a live-in
entourage.
nurse. He has a live-in nurse.
No. He has an
that changes his bedpan every once in a while.
No, he's got guys that follow him around. I mean, they're not.
Oh.
I don't think they're like actual security guards. I think they're friends and family members. He pays them, but they're all there to. He has like an entourage, and so when I bought my house, one of the lawyers for the guy I bought the house from, he was telling us that he was involved with something where he actually met Buddy Guy. Like his car broke down or something right where the street I'm talking about. And that fucking crew of guys came out and they fucking helped him. I mean, they're nice people. I'm not saying that they're like, if I just drove down that street, like they would come up and be like, "What are you doing?" And if I said, "Oh, I'm going to see Buddy Guy's house," they'd be like, "Turn around, get the hell out of here," you know? But like these guys, because this dude was broken down, they saw it on the camera and somebody sent him out and like, "What do you need? You need a jump? You know, you need to change a spare." I think they just had a jump or maybe a spare. Whatever, man. Buddy Guy, he's got it made. He's going to die happy.
Probably.
So,
you know, it didn't die happy.
What's that?
Fruit stripe gum.
Oh God, fruit stripe gum. The fucking zebra on there.
Yes.
I remember one time I was at a store with like my mom, and like I was a baby, like younger toddler. I just pulled it right off the the impulse buy section where it always was. I just started fucking opening it, and she's like, "Oh fuck!" Like, I mean, back then it was probably 50 cents to 75 cents or something like that.
Probably not even that. I mean, how could they even charge that much?
I don't know. Now they'd charge you an arm and a leg for it. But no, like, yeah, I just started ripping it apart and just started jamming the fuck gum in my mouth. I love that gum. It was the best.
It had flavor for about a whole 3 seconds.
No, but that was the
best.
Like
the most amazing flavor that you ever have, but then it was gone.
You'd spit it out and then grab another piece. And then you go down the line and the different flavors. And yeah, man. That's 90s nostalgia right there.
Yeah.
That's a staple in my life.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was just, I always remember it just being like the best tasting gum, but then like it literally lasted a whole 10 to 20 seconds. It was like a really bad orgasm. Like,
yeah,
he was like, "Oh," you know.
Wait, I need another one.
Yeah, right. I need a hit, man. Give me another piece.
Yeah,
give me another piece, man.
Give me another one. I need another one.
Imagine if you were like addicted to something like that, and like you found out that it was fucking canceled. You know, like it was discontinued. Like, what would you do? Like, there's people out there that get addicted to shit like that, like weird candies and stuff. Like the people that eat like Jolly Ranchers all the time. You know what I mean?
They go postal though. Like, was there ever like a case where like they went and like shot up a place, and then you found out like the reason was because like this candy got discontinued, and they're like,
I'm sure there's somebody out there, just like when the Choco Taco got discontinued.
Oh man. I wonder how many violent acts like happened just over that whole subject.
Probably none, because if they're really getting rid of something like that, that means that they're not selling shit anyways. We just caught on to the zebra stripe gum because we figured out their plan.
So what do you think would happen? Just throwing this out there. Tobacco overnight ban. Got to throw it all out.
Yeah.
Every fucking gas station, convenience store legally has to like throw it out. I mean, I'm sure like a black market would start right away. They would just pretend like they threw shit out. I mean, I don't think cigarettes are watched like marijuana is. Like a state that legalizes marijuana knows how much weed is in a dispensary at all times. Like they got video, and like I know in Illinois, when you walk into a dispensary, not only are you being videotaped, but audio is also being taken on you, and it's being streamed right down to Springfield to some database. In case something happens, you'd fucking do something, and then, all right, play the replay.
Yeah.
In 6 months, we'll get the replay. We'll let you know if you can come back to the dispensary.
Yeah. If tobacco went, that would be insane. Like there would be anarchy.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think like people would just like, I think everybody would go feral. That's like a tobacco user. You know,
yeah.
They just have mud on their face. Like all their clothes would be tattered, and they'd be like, "Give me cigarettes! I need fucking cigarettes right now!"
You know, I used to smoke, and I'd buy like a carton, and like the last time I bought a carton, it was like I think like $35 or $40. I
think it's like
I was at the gas. No, I was at the gas station the other day, and some guy bought a carton from the gas station. It was $100.
Holy
I was
fuck.
like, for 10 packs, so it's $10 a pack.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked since it was like 4 or 5. Yeah. Now it's really like kind of weird to find somebody smoking. Like if they're not older. Like when's the last time you saw like a 20-something-year-old person smoking a cigarette? Everybody's got those fucking Juul things now. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, sir. You can't smoke your cigar there. Well, what the fuck are you doing? I'm vaping, sir. Oh, that's fucking smoking.
Yeah.
Fucking Bill Burr and that other fat guy from Saturday Night Live.
But yeah,
I don't know.
I think people go nuts. I mean, we're talking all like nicotine products too.
Oh yeah, like across. Well, wait.
Yeah.
Maybe the alternatives like no Zins, okay, but like gums and patches, and maybe that fucking pill is still there to help you. So like
people like fucking like house and gum.
Oh, dude, like I just see like pharmaceutical just like making all types of money because there's that drug that like cuts off your like fucking tobacco sensors in your body.
Yeah,
so
that makes
like,
people go suicidal.
Right. It's like isn't it like the thing like methadone when they give people or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's just basically like right, because methadone. Do you get high off methadone, or is it like
so?
It just like regulates the body, but you don't feel high. I think. But if you like go back to like heroin, though, like chances are you're probably gonna die because you just like, give me more. Actually, I wanted to bring that up. If we want to get a job making 6 figures, we can go to San Francisco and be cops. I mean, hey, hear me out here, okay? All we got to do, I mean, we're probably going to be sent to the Tenderloin. All right, that's like the worst part of San Francisco. Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
They're all fucking doing heroin. Sure, they're nonviolent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're going to pay us $100,000 to just fucking tell fucking heroin addicts, hey, keep it down. Keep it down.
Yeah, but the
crowd over here.
$100,000 in California is like making like $20,000 anywhere else.
No, you're right. No, so you would have to probably live like 45 to an hour. You'd have to live outside
in the fucking Tenderloin to make $100,000 to be able to live there.
No, the only you would need to make a lot of money to live in the Tenderloin still. And it's a shit area. It's shit. There was a nice hotel we stayed at there, but it was like I said, I saw a guy adjusting his Fitbit in the middle of the night. He was over like this, just going, yeah, I got like 4,000 steps in today. I'll shoot some heroin now. You know.
That's what happens, man.
This a tenderloin. Yeah, no, I mean, and then we could also investigate the mud flood theory there too. See what the fuck's going on with that.
The mud butt theory.
Yeah, we could be real detectives. And then maybe we could still have this podcast too.
Or we could just become actors.
Tell it right, detectives. How about that's Tell it right. That's the new podcast. Tell it right, detectives. But I want it to be like a 90s
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I want it to be like that. Yeah, or like Heathcliff, like we watched last week.
Yeah,
I want a song like Heathcliff. That would be an awesome podcast intro if we had a song like that. Like takes like that old 50s doo-wop, but I don't know, added some like 80s 90s twist to it. But yeah. Yeah, we could be actors. I mean, that's also it's also a good profession too. You got any leads on that? You got any leads for acting?
Of course. We could go and be part of the movie 2.
Oh,
it's the number 2.
Sounds good.
By Desert Palm Productions.
Wait, Desert Palm Productions. What movie did I see that on before?
It's probably on like Tubi. It sounds like it's. They're casting right now for crew for 2, the movie, an independently produced new media streaming series set in the U.S. Southwest Desert. The synopsis: parts psychological thriller, classic tragedy, urban fantasy, sci-fi, modern-day myth, and neo-Western noir. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
They
made
like
the urban Western, neo-Western. I like that. Sci-fi.
I think they've only made one movie. This is their second movie. I thought I've seen Desert Palm Productions somewhere, but I guess I'm fucking wrong.
The roles are paying up to $2,000 a week. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Ah, man, this is going to be Rust all over again. Someone's going to get fucking shot. I know it.
Probably.
Where they just say it's in the Southwest Desert, so I guarantee, dude, it's at that same fucking ranch. Guaranteed. In New Mexico.
The names: Sheriff Lance Jansen.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, you'll have to be. You can be Sheriff Lance Jansen, and I'll be Sheriff Greer Moffat. No, that's a woman. Oh. I could be. Let's see, Big John.
Big John, I'm gonna have to take you in.
Here's his background: 40, 50, maybe 60 years ago, the hard-baked ground of the Southwest Desert cracked open and spit out Big John Allen. A hulk of a man.
Oh, he's got to be a
perpetual
native.
Stubble and a most home and battered hat, duster coat, and tired boots. The bastard son of a bastard son, and rough hewn in all manner. Big John overcame that burden of being born as a sweet kid, managing to grow into a bitter crust of a man, meaner than 700 hells. And out for no one and no thing. What the hell? No thing as much as himself. Big John. What the fuck?
Big John, put your cock away.
Yeah. Big John quit swinging that thing.
It's time to go do the job. It's time to go do the job, Big John. I didn't even see the sheriff, though. There's Hope. Who's going to be Hope? Doan.
Yeah, the sheriff. Yeah, go down to Sheriff Lance Jansen, sporting male, a 32 to 45-year-old man.
Oh, that's me right there. This guy right here. I knew I wore this for a reason today. It's my fucking headshot right here, guys. I'm
just send it into him.
Fucking Sheriff Lance Jansen. I'm Jansen, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you know what? No, I'm gonna send a headshot into tonight.
The area of Sheriff Jansen patrol is mostly desert and hard scrabble, which reduces the bulk of his job to maintaining law and order, keeping the peace, and knowing when to look one way and when to look the other. All the standards and limits set down to him by the county's real boss, Big John Allen.
Oh, dude, so you're like, oh my god. So Big John would be the antagonist here.
Like, yeah, mob boss type person.
Lance Jansen. I got to create the character of Lance, man. I'm Lance Jansen. I'm Sheriff Jansen. Are you going to be Big Guy or Big John?
I don't know if I'm big enough to be Big John. Like, this man seems pretty big. I'm not tall.
What about oh wait, not Ying. You can't be Ying.
No.
How about Lapthrope? You want to be Lapthrope?
Not really.
I'm Lapthrope. From the first introduction of the character in the script, Lapthrope. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Late 20s, he's in a desert warren.
Lathrop. Or
Lathrop.
Lathrop.
He's Lathrop. Come on, Lathrop. We gotta get Big John. We gotta put him in the ground.
We have to fucking keep an eye on this because, like, once this movie is made, I want to see who played these parts and, like,
I want to see what changes too. Yeah, like what else they add.
Yeah, like we gotta like keep this in our back pocket to bring up later and look into it.
Too. Like, that's got to be a working name. It's gonna be like fucking Big John's fucking horny casino.
It's just basically going to be the Dukes of Hazzard in a different form.
It's going to be a serious form of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Big John is just fucking his face.
They'll probably change Sheriff Greer Moffat to a male.
Probably. He'll be the comedic sidekick.
Oh, you could be You want to be Jasper? A sweet soul wrapped in a former high school football lineman's body. That's you, bro. You got that body. That's your body.
That's Uncle Rico. Bet you I could throw that football over those mountains over there. State.
So, former high school football lineman's body that shows its fatigue and wear. Ended up in the employ of Doan Tennant at some point in the past, not worth remembering. He is at different times a handyman, a chauffeur, an errand boy, faux security. I want to be some faux security.
This sounds like Tank Johnson's backstory.
Fuck, dude, they stole. Dude, you know what? All the times I used Chat GPT, they probably just fucking typed it in. Hey, we need a movie called 2. It takes place in the desert, and there's a piece of shit asshole that wanted to be a football player, and they just took Tank Johnson. No, I found out that the thing with AI with Chat GPT, dude, it doesn't think. It's just a software. It's a really good software. I mean, it's AI. It is thinking, but it doesn't like think. You tell it what to think, and it finds the information. That's all it does.
It kind of forms it into some type of cohesive.
Let's put it this way: it's a more complex, not accurate, but let's say more complex version of just Google in itself, where you can actually say, "Hey, make this for me." Does all the research in 2 seconds and then put something out. So fuck y'all thinking Terminator ain't gonna happen. What about Sando? 8 to 12-year-old male. You could pull it off.
It's not gonna.
Come on, Sando. You're a man now.
I want to be Bertram.
Who's Bertram? Big John Allen may have no qualms about getting his hands dirty, literally or metaphorically. But even he needs someone to take out the trash. Oh, man, yeah.
Be like Big John's flunky.
This is definitely somebody who gets fucking shot, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's dead. So he says right there, headshot.
Right there, yeah.
I actually have an account. I don't know why, but like back in college, I made it. I still get emails on my personal account for it. I should just put my fucking headshot in there for the sheriff and see what happens. Do they send a letter saying like, yeah, we're gonna take a hard pass, or do they just like fucking don't say a word? What if I get a call and they're like, hey, we know you're in Chicago. We want you to come to this office. We want you to do a fucking reading. That'd be wild. I'd just be like, I'm gonna fuck this up.
There's a prop master. I could do that.
There you go.
All normal duties and responsibilities for professional properties supervisor, working in support of the director, producer, blah, 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 maintain efficient and safe set operations while ensuring that all props are prepped, cataloged, and ready for each day's schedule and breakdown sheets.
Just make sure there's no live rounds on site.
Yeah, opportunity for design and construction of select props for candidates with interest. Extra compensation for candidates with capable of supervision of both properties and costumes.
Wow.
Here you go, man. Let's do this. Let's just make our own fucking movie. Fuck these people.
Yeah, let's make
just beg for money.
We're gonna call it One.
Yeah. It'll be the prequel, but we won't say it outright.
It'll take place in Chicago, and then everything moves to the desert.
It'll be the backstory of Big John and how he came to be, which will actually just be Tane Johnson. But we'll call it One.
Dude, that's like, if there is something that we probably could do, I mean, we would need some help, but like, I think we could write a Tane Johnson movie, dude. That would be hilarious. Sell it to like Seth Rogen or some shit.
Fuck Seth Rogen.
Nah.
His fucking laugh. Okay.
You know what? I'm fine with his laugh. I will say, he makes. Here's the thing, though. His fucking ashtrays. I'm glad he's an artist, and I'm glad there's people that like ashtrays, but I'm not an ashtray guy. I don't want a fucking ashtray. You know what I mean? Like, weed or cigarettes, either way, it still leaves a smell. You don't want an ashtray. But he makes these ones where it's like, it's a great idea, but because it's a dirty fucking thing, it's just going to look like shit eventually. You know what I mean? So his artwork's going to be looking gnarly because people aren't going to clean the shit. But like, it's like the idea of it's like the high class pot smoker, you know, like the high class Coke guy that always had like the fucking dish of Coke, and just like Jack Nicholson in The Departed, just fucking wails the Coke on the fucking table.
I mean, if I'm getting an ashtray, I'm getting the one from Gremlins that guy's selling on the road.
Okay. I would do that.
The one
I would totally do that.
Like shuts close and shit.
Yeah.
It's $1 million ideas, man. We're gonna make a movie. Tane Johnson.
Sheriff Lance Jansen right here.
And I'll be Bertram.
Call me Lance. Lance Jansen. Son of a bitch. They'll probably like deny me because
fucking.
What if like, I wish I had hair, because like I think Lance Jansen would look cooler with like shaggy hair. I don't know.
Yeah. He wears a hat all the time.
I want to be the character where like a group of people like come out to my like remote house and they're like, "We need your help. We need you to come back." And then I'm like sitting there like, "Nah, man, I'm out." Fuck it. Like Shooter. I want to like Shooter. Exactly like Shooter. Yeah. I just want to be like Mark Wahlberg there hunting in the fucking woods with my dog. All of a sudden this group of people come and beg for my help. All right, I'll come. But I don't want it to be like that movie where I get like framed and all that. It's just like they really need me to like solve a problem. Maybe it's saved the world.
Wearing like a smoking jacket, with a cup of brandy with a huge boner while he's
no.
House.
I'd probably be dressed like this. Probably have the sheriff hat on too. It'd probably be called Lance Jansen. Sheriff Lance Jansen reporting for duty.
Sounds like a movie number one. Oh, shit.
What happened to the movie one? Why did we just go to two? I would love. It's probably like the file name. There's probably like two movies this company wrote, and the first one
Right.
is one, and they're gonna scrap it. But now there's two working.
Well, they
titles.
wanted to have 7, but that's already taken.
Hey, so like your files for like your projects, it just totally skips over 7. Well, there's kind of a copyright thing there. You
Yeah.
can't legally file it at 7.
Right. 5 is where it's at, let me tell you. But we're going to start with 2.
Yeah, it's going to be a trilogy series, and it's going to end with 5.
Yeah.
I hope in like 2 years, we're on Netflix, and there's 2. It's just like it's like in this like yellow font that looks like distressed, and then there's like a desert background behind it, and like you don't really know what the fuck's going on.
I can't wait. I just can't wait.
I know. Holy fuck. What else we got going on here? Well, so since we're on the subject of movies, we got fucking Shia LaBeouf, dude. What is going on with that guy? That guy, he's got a lot of demons, and I guess he's gonna rid them.
He's gonna exercise his demons.
Yeah, he's gonna exercise his demons by becoming a fucking Catholic Church deacon. Like that is like a totally like fucking crazy like 360 right there. Like the guy literally gets fucking drunk every day and starts fights with people everywhere. He's a soccer hooligan.
Not anymore. I mean, so he was on that podcast, The Real Ones, with John Bernthal, and like apparently, and I don't know how long it's been. Like he acts like he's been, sober and all this and that, and for like years, but I think it's only been like a year, if that. It's like his whole life, and now he's like devoted himself to this, and like he's obviously got some kind of mental issues, like.
Yeah.
And he's just trading one vice for another, but he's going to like the extreme in it. No matter what he does, he just has to take it all the way. And like, I think that's kind of what this is like he's found God, or, he's in AA or whatever, thing it is. And he's found God, and now he's just going to fucking outdo everybody. And he's like, fuck you. Not only am I going to follow this, and go to AA, but I'm going to become a fucking Catholic Church deacon. Like, that's how good I am. It's kind of like almost like spitting in people's faces, like trying to be that good in such a short period of time, and like not.
Yeah.
Because like there's people that have been, in these programs for like years.
Right.
Years and years, that still are, learning and preaching their whatever, following the steps, the 10 or 12 whatever steps. And this guy comes out of like left field and is like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to become a church deacon, and completely go off the rails with.
Here's what
the opposite of what I was before.
You're right. But here's what I'm finding out, because I just thought it was strange, because usually when you join the Catholic Church and all that, you got to give your fucking life to God and be celibate, right?
Chop your penis off.
Yeah, pretty much. For the sun gods.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was reading here. So he's married, so he can actually stay married. He doesn't have to follow that rule. But if you're single and you get ordained into becoming a deacon, then yeah, you gotta marry God. You gotta be married to God. So
Jesus sucks my dick. That's a bumper sticker. Like that's his bumper sticker. I'm married to God.
Yeah, he gets like this slew of fucking like bumper stickers. Jesus sucks my dick.
Right.
I love God.
That would be something that he does.
Yeah.
Because again, he's like, I mean, he's like one step below being completely psychotic. Like when you when you really look at this guy, like when you
Yeah.
look at his behavior in the past, like he's still so full of himself. Like, because I watched that Real Ones, and it was like it was actually a great episode.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, go and watch it. And he tells his whole story and everything, but at the same time, there's just almost an arrogance about it. Like, I wish the man the best, and hopefully this all works for him. But it's almost like he wants to change the perception of himself to people so quickly that he's pushing so hard for it to happen, and it's not going to happen how he wants it. It's not on his terms for how people perceive him. He has to earn that, and I think like he's trying to put everything in fast forward, to make it seem like he's not a piece of shit anymore, which at the end of the day, he's still going to be a piece of shit.
Isn't that why he didn't want to go off with Spielberg and shit? Because he's like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, I don't want to. I think like Tom Hanks and Spielberg or something said like,
he's a piece of shit.
No, you need to go down this route. Like, you got a lot of potential, but like he didn't see himself becoming those kinds of characters. Like, they were trying to say like you'd be like the next Tom Hanks or whatever. And like
Tom Hanks,
I think he's a good actor. Fuck the conspiracy theory shit. I mean, like, he's a good actor. He's good at what he does. That's why they're actors.
Sure.
They gotta make you believe.
Yeah, you gotta pretend to be somebody else. I'm good at pretending for a living.
I'm Sheriff Lance Jansen.
Yeah, Lance Jansen.
I've been
anyways, that's my 2 cents on it. Like years. I said,
here's what I can
hopefully
see
when he can change his shit, but I just like I said, it's the way I see it. I don't know.
Here's how I see Shia LaBeouf. Okay, like I see him in like a Benicio del Toro's fucking Western style movie. All right, you know how Benicio, those modern masters. Didn't Benicio do the Mexican or whatever? Wasn't that his movie? I don't know. I know Benicio del Toro does like fucking movies, and his are kind of more like Spanish gang related, kind of like. Mm-hmm. I see him like being like the fucking priest or whatever in one of those movies, Shia LaBeouf, and then like he just pulls out underneath his fucking Spanish robe like these fucking like Uzis or something and just starts fucking killing people. Isn't there like
in a movie recently
where he was a killing priest?
No, he wasn't a killing priest. He was like a priest.
Oh shit, that's why, dude. Yeah, you're right. He's probably all fucking.
Yeah, he was in a Padre Pio. That was the movie.
I love Padre Pio so much that I want to become a deacon.
Yeah.
He's got that weird, because he's from Louisiana, so he's got that weird, that like
slang.
That French style. Yeah, slang.
Yeah, there's a twang to it.
Yeah, like they're not hillbilly, but it's like this sophisticated hillbilly.
Yeah, and he was in that movie, The Tax Collector.
And he was a priest in that?
No, but he had it was like a Mexican-y movie with machine guns.
And Benicio del Toro?
I don't think Benicio del Toro was in it, but
Benicio, baby. Benicio.
It didn't really get great ratings either. So The Tax Collector. But yeah, he played Padre Pio. That was his latest. Which I haven't even seen that fucking movie.
I'm probably not going to see that movie either. But dude, I totally forgot the movie name. But there's another fucking like chef movie out there, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you remember how I told you about the one with Bradley Cooper, Burnt?
Yeah.
And it was like, and we explained this, like, it's just like a niche movie. Like, it's like, I don't relate to it. Like, it just like, The only reason I saw it is because I saw a TikTok of Bradley Cooper like literally strangling a woman, and I'm like, I have to see how this happened. Otherwise, I was just like, why did I watch this? Like, the dude's just like loves making fucking exotic food. Like, I would never eat exotic food. So to see another chef movie, I couldn't believe it. Like, this must be like a trend. There must just be like chefs out there that are just like, we want movies. We want movies about chefs.
Cook something.
Yeah, it's probably like
put it on film.
It's probably like they probably got involved with the fucking SAG-AFTRA strike. They probably came out of nowhere and like were like, oh yeah, more chef movies, and then they're like, oh yeah, production companies, we want more chef movies. Okay, we agree.
The only chef movie I want to see is the Swedish Chef from fucking Muppets. Shirty furdy shirty.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Padre Pio, let's go see that movie. They got 4.6 out of 10 stars.
And then right after that, we're going to go see 2, starring Sheriff Lance Jansen.
Lance Jansen.
I'm like going to stay up all night coming up with a character here. I'm an actor now. Actor.
Can't believe it.
Actor.
Yeah.
I'm not an actor. I'm actor.
Yeah, I want to see your headshot. You got to put it up after that.
It's definitely going to be with these glasses on. It's just like,
yeah.
I got to like get a really good photo shot going. I need to like lose like 30 pounds too. Like they need a more cut fucking Sheriff Lance Jansen. I'm too putty.
Maybe he's been living the good life, you know.
I'm like, I look like Clayface right now. I'm Clayface from Batman right now. I gotta go in the machine and get some like enzymes shot at me or electrons, and then I look like that. That was the weird thing about Clayface is like she would like he had his wife or something that just kept remolding him, and then like after a few hours he would just like lose it, and then like I don't know, start fucking shit up. But
you should just go to the DIA.
Yeah, absolutely. Denver International Airport
cures everything. Herpes, whatever, you know, whatever.
Herpes, toe jam, anything, all of it.
Right.
I don't even know what toe jam is. It just sounds gross. I heard it in a movie.
Something jams in your toe.
Toe jam. Eat the toe jam. No, I think like the line was, "Oh, eat the toe jam." I think it was in Biodome actually. Now I think about it.
Gross.
With the Weasel Pauly Shore and fucking the Shooting Stars little brother, Stephen Baldwin. Stephen Baldwin. He's the better Baldwin out of all of them anyway, so fuck Alex.
You know, that was the lowest grossing Pauly Shore movie out of all that he made.
Really? But I'm sure though, as I mean when it was released for sure, but I'm sure it made a hell of a lot more money once it was released on tape.
Yeah,
sure.
Because I watched some interview with that Joey Lauren lady, Joey something Lauren,
Joey Adams, Joey Lauren Adams or something like that.
Yeah, the one from Chasing Amy and
because she played in Biodome. She was one of their she was Pauly Shore's she was Pauly Shore's significant other in that movie.
Yeah, she's like, I got the privilege of acting in Pauly Shore's lowest grossing movie to date.
Come on, man. It was a good movie. I'm telling you. Come on.
Wheezing the juice. I've honestly never watched a Pauly Shore movie from start to finish in my life.
Even in the Army Now?
I never watched it. I saw parts of it.
I guarantee. You know what, everybody? Don't let Jared fool you. I know when he was in the military, that's all they fucking watch. Yeah,
we never watch.
Every like first Friday of the month. Let's watch In the Army Now. Come on, boys.
They can use that stuff in the court of law against you if you watch Pauly Shore movies. They'll be like, "Oh, can you please read off the last 3 movies on this list here that you rented on Netflix? In the Army Now, Dome, and Encino Man.
Yeah.
And who is the main character in there, or who's the main actor in there? Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore, ladies and gentlemen, he's guilty. That's how it would go down.
Well, you would be in a court martial. So basically, this court martial has agreed that we are going to take your rank away. We are going to dishonorably discharge you, and you will not receive any future benefits from the U.S. military.
No. I'll use that shit against you, man. Of Pauly Shore movies, you got to stay away from that shit.
Though he is actually, I think he's a decent comedian. I've seen some of his clips of his stand-up. I mean, now that he's older, I don't know. It's kind of funny. But if you watch that Joe Rogan episode earlier this year in May, I mean, like, Pauly Shore's grown up in the comedy scene. I mean, his mom owned the Comedy Store. That's where Joe Rogan kind of got his shot. His mom wasn't a comedian, but she influenced a lot of the comedians that we know and love today. A lot of them came out of her place. Yeah, I think she just recently died. But she was like a smoker. And I think it was like a painful, cancerous death, which sucks. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I mean, like, he explained that he fucked up. Like, he thought everybody, like, he had an opportunity, I think, to go on with Sandler, but he turned it down. And Adam Sandler was kind of like, we can, improve, we can grow you. You can, and I think he just had it in his head that he was the Weasel and that everybody would love the Weasel. And then it kind of fell off. Like by the end of the 90s. And like, I'm not saying that Pauly Shore, like, we need to start a GoFundMe to keep him off the streets or anything. I'm sure he's taken care of well, fine. He's done enough movies and he's smart enough to make money. So
he was, so Hollywood has to be pretty fucked up. Like, after talking about like Brendan Fraser and like how he got fucking butt fingered. Pauly Shore actually did an interview. Like, Pauly Shore did an interview and he was talking about like how when he was younger, he was, kind of coming up, and him and
butt fingered.
It's true. Him and Mark Wahlberg were both invited to this party. Or like one of them was invited, and like they said, like, one of you can come or whatever, and they both showed up.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio was there, and he's like, "Oh, it's cool, you can both come in," and this and that. And he said something like Al Pacino or
wait, stop,
one of those fucking guys,
stop,
like, would try to pay him like $200 million,
right,
$2 million, to stick a finger in his ass.
We're talking about Pauly Shore, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he was telling a story.
I think he was fucking drunk and he was fucking letting some shit go because
he wanted to make $200 million. Yeah. But he said,
yeah, it was fucking weird.
Yeah. Hold on. I might have that on TikTok here. I
might have sent that to you. Did I send that to you?
You might have, but I also think I saw it in my feed too. Yeah, no, that was when I saw that, because then at the end he was starting to, like, I thought I was seeing things like had something to do with like that's what like happened to Cat Williams or something like that, and he was just like pissed drunk or some shit.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got Michael Rappaport in my fucking ear yelling, "Shut the fuck up." Michael Rappaport just yelling, "Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up." It's all he's...
It's not fucking...
No, I don't have... Oh, yeah.
Buff.
I do have it. Michael Rappaport is fucking hilarious. He's just like, "Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up." All right, hold on. Let me get this reset here. All right, let's share this bad boy here. Where is TikTok? Tick 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 tock. We got it. All right, so let's play it. If it's gonna fucking play.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, is it playing?
No.
Cool. Hold on. Just drinking a bottle of Crown Royal.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So there is a bunch of captions there that were just too fast to read, but it's just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't know if it's like actually real or not. I felt like it was like a story he heard and he was just repeating it. And but that's pretty fucked up, dude.
I think
That
Shore had a finger in his butt.
I just don't know if it was recent or if it was like years ago, but excuse me, he mentioned the movie Ted. So I'm like, well, fuck, that's like within the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So fucked up, dude. Illuminati. He calls it an Illuminati party too and shit. And I just don't know. Like, I feel like he would be on Rogan. Actually, so here's the truth. When I saw that, I wanted to go see the latest. I know there was a latest interview with him on Rogan, so I found it. So I was trying to see if he would talk about that, and he didn't. So that's I don't know. Like, it's really weird, you know. I feel like it's taken out of context for sure.
Maybe, but at the same
Maybe,
time,
yeah.
it's like, why would you even say something like that? Because those are some pretty big names to like throw under the bus like that.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if it was like a story of somebody else, because like when you said Brendan Fraser, like I got confused for a second. I was like, holy fuck, was that the Brendan Fraser story that Pauly Shore told? Like, and he's just pretending like it was him? But I guess you're right. Yeah, because the Brendan Fraser shit happened like turn of the century, 2000s. I want to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is what we want to get into, Jared. We want to get into the Illuminati, so we got to become actors.
Well, nobody's putting their finger in my ass.
No.
Unless they're giving me $200 million.
Like, I mean, on the spot. And, like, I don't even think I'd let them stick it in. I'd be like, you can just touch the outside, like, hole. No, that's weird, too. I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't sound like a big deal for $200 million, but then at the same time, it's like you gotta live with that. Like, that's probably why, like, Brendan Fraser. Doctor's gonna
fucking do it to you at some point. Might as well, get paid to do it.
It's kind of different though. He wears a glove, puts on like a fucking anal analgesic and all that shit. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
But yeah. Well, the last thing I just wanted to mention, we're not going to go too deep into it, but
talking about going deep
with JT or Chad and JT, going to the Toretto house. No, so I caught an article the other day where I guess the Navajo Nation. So like Navajo Nation is like a huge piece of land. It's a huge piece of land that goes between like Utah, what's the Arizona, possibly New Mexico. I don't know. That's where all the Navajo live. That's the land that we gave back to them and said, hey, you can live over here and not where you used to live. But yeah, so like they're all like butthurt because there's like there was a mission to go to the moon, right? ULA, they are the United Launch Association or something like that. They're a private, like a SpaceX company. They were awarded the contract to launch to the moon. So one of the first missions was to put a lander on there. So like Navajo Nation was trying to get it to stop the mission because one of their like sub-missions within the big mission was this lander was going to drop off human remains on the moon. And this first article I read did not go into description on like whose they were or why they were doing it. And basically how the article put it is like, since ULA is a private contractor, they can pretty much do what they want. So if they can launch a rocket to the moon, they can drop human remains off. Nobody gives a fuck in the government. So
yeah.
The launch happened, okay, so we all know the launch happened, and it's actually a failure. It's not going to the moon. Well, it's been revealed whose fucking remains they are, and I just find it very odd, but not really surprising. And it is the famous, legendary Gene Roddenberry of fucking Star Trek. So that motherfucker definitely made a lot of money. Enough money that, let's say 30 years after he's died, they're able to put his remains on a fucking spaceship and fly it to the moon. They had to pay a lot for that. But you know what? So the whole deal with the Navajo, so let's kind of get back to that, is they didn't want the human remains up there because that is sacred. Like, the moon is sacred to their whole tribe and religion. Like, the Navajo believe they came from fucking space. They think they're star people. That's why the Navajo relate a lot to Star Wars, because like this is what they believe. They believe that. And so to put human remains on the moon was just like a slap in their face. And they probably have to be all fucking cheering now that this like fuel leak happened and the thing's never making it to the moon. But like, isn't
that more fitting for this thing to just
I think
go
so
off into the unknown?
Oh my god, like I hope Gene Roddenberry like recorded like exactly like what Picard or what Kirk has said, in the beginning of the show, like space, the final frontier.
Right.
These are the missions of the Starship Enterprise. Like I hope he says that and they just have like a continuous loop and it's just playing through space. Like some alien's gonna hear it and be like, what the fuck is that guy's deal? He just keeps saying this over and over. It's wild. It's just wild. I wish I like had all this money and I could be like, yeah, when I die, I just want to be thrown in a fucking rocket, send me into space so I can live in the stars. Like crazy. That's what you can do in the 2024s, Jared. If you got the cash, you can send your fucking remains into space. Nobody gives a fuck.
I mean,
it's just a huge trash pit. That rocket's gonna come back, though.
What do you mean?
That rocket's not gonna just go into space. Like it's gonna come back.
Just letting it go.
Well, they have no control over it. It's lost the trajectory.
So then how is it going to come back?
Because of gravity.
Like a slingshot?
So there's rockets that they've shot off that have gone off track. Like, I want to say within like the past 10 years, some of those have come back. Because even though you're shooting off into space into some random direction, and yeah, technically when you think about it, like you should just go in a straight line continuously for infinity. Well, no, you're going to get pulled by some kind of, gravity field. And I think it's going to be the sun that has the influence on it. But yeah, it's going to pull it right back. And then it probably will fall into the, what do you call it? The gravity field of Earth. Or it's just going to overshoot Earth. I mean, like, that's what a lot of this shit does. Like, it just goes on long paths around Earth. Because it's stuck in the influence. But it's not like in orbit or anything. It's just fucking out there. And, like, to try to catch it, we can't do that. We don't have that tech.
What about, like, a butterfly net?
Yeah, we get the butterfly net. I'll call Sheriff Lance Jansen, get his butterfly net. We'll go out there and catch you some Gene Roddenberry remains. So,
good times.
Good times. No, good times is right. So, yeah, good times for those first-time subscribers. Thank you again. I hope you hit that subscribe button. You better fucking hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna fucking find you if you didn't.
Well, we will hunt you down.
Sheriff Lance Jansen's coming for you, motherfucker. So hit that subscribe button. Loyal listeners, we appreciate your loyalty. Thank you again. Make sure you're sharing this with your friends, though. We need more. We need more tell it writers out there. More tell it writers is good. Always good.
Yeah.
So that was episode.
More people telling it right.
Yeah, we need to just tell it right all the time, even though we probably tell it wrong. 85. I'm going to say correct. I'm going to say 85% of the time. I think the other percents were good. But yeah, that's episode 60. Thank you again. We'll see you for 61. Later.
Peace.